All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show. Weekly rock news update coming your way from the stormy Midwest. Yeah, we're gonna get walloped. We're gonna get walloped here tonight. Looks like we could have some tornadic action too, which would be crazy bizarre. But so we're gonna have to batten down the hatches and deal with one hell of a storm coming in. I don't give a shit. I don't give a squat. Let it happen, man. We need the rain. Isn't that what they always say, Doc?
Right?
Oh, we need the rain, doggone it. So hang on. So anyway, yeah, we got a crazy show. I'm your host Murph. We got a crazy show for you today. A little interesting. No, Sebastian Bach's always in our news at some point, one way or another, and he's back in the news, and it's a pretty interesting story we're going to talk about. Uh, the Hall of Fame. Holy caramba! Yeah. Billy Corgan. He's got an interesting perspective that's not, pretty wild. We're going to discuss Live Nation. Those scoundrels. They got a court not a settlement. What would you call it, Doc? A
Yeah.
judgment. They got a
Yeah,
court
judgment. There you go.
judgment
Yeah.
in the courts we'll talk about. We got an RIP coming your way this week, of course. It seems we got one every week at this point. Certain fella had a stroke. A punk legend icon had a stroke. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to end up with a feel good story on Billy Idol. I love feel good stories, Doc. I can't wait to get to it. But until then, yeah, we'll start out from the top. But over there in Aurora, it's probably in the same perilous situation that I am there, Doc, in terms of possible tornadic activity coming your way, eh?
Yeah. The hatches have been battened and we've been prepared. So, I always try to put the feel good stories at the end. You always try to leave off with that. So yeah, we got to go with Billy Idol. So, um, yeah, we got to get in this Hall of Fame fan voting. We haven't really
Oh
gotten
boy.
that past years, but this is just something to discuss. So,
We're
but
getting to there.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in. First of all, thank you very much. And yeah, we got to talk about Sebastian Bach is the new leader of the
Twisted
Sisters.
Sister. Yeah.
Who the
I think
thunk?
that, well, good. That's a really interesting move, quite honestly. And I find it interesting. It says here, according to Rockfeed, Twisted Sister have officially revealed Sebastian Bach as the vocalist stepping in for Dee Snider during their 2026 reunion dates. The announcement follows Schneider's recent exit due to fiscal issues. I think we talked about that last week. That it could affect his ability to perform, with the band saying their future was still being decided. Blah blah. So Bach's going to join JJ Friends, Eddie Oeda, and the crew for a handful of select fall shows, with the band confirming the move won't interfere with his solo touring schedule. Good. I was wondering about that because I knew he was doing
Right.
something. So there you go. That answers that question. As of now, the only listed date is September 4th at the Alaska State Fair. Wow. Alaska State Fair in September. I hope it's moderately
Right?
temperate, Hell, could have a foot of snow at that point. But Schneider has publicly given his blessing, saying he hopes the band continues, and revealing that Bach was one of the singers he had initially approached years ago as a potential fill-in. So wow, years ago he was already thinking about this. That's wild.
Yeah, apparently they've been friends for a long time, and people may know D Star always refers to himself as SMF, sick MF, sick mother
Hmm.
F.
All right, yeah.
And so he was always SMF one, and he always referred to Sebastian as SMF two. So that's always been kind of his buddy that way, I guess. So in that way, I guess it's kind of a natural replacement, and he's just stepping in. And, it kind of reminds me when remember when Axel stepped in for ACDC for a while. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
Didn't
don't
he?
know if this can be a longer term thing or it's the impression
I'm
I
probably
have. I don't
wrong.
know.
Didn't Axel break his leg or something? He was on a throne or something. Or what?
Yeah.
Back then there
Yeah.
was all sorts of weird stuff going on. But when I listen to the voices, it should be a pretty compatible style for Sebastian step into. I can see him doing we're not going to take it, you know. I,
Oh no,
so
Sebastian's got the pipes for sure, but he's much better singer than D. For sure, I would think. But D's got that certain sound to him and everything. But I don't know. I
and the
always thought
look.
Twisted Sister was kind of a I don't know, kind of a gimmicky, kind of almost a joke kind of band anyway. But
No, I see your point. Yeah, I thought it was
I wonder
very
if he's
odd.
going to wear the makeup and everything like D did. Is he going to do all that? I wonder.
Oh, I would hope not. No,
Seems
no,
like he'd
he'd
have
come
to,
out.
right? That's
No, no, no,
if you're
no, no,
joining
no.
Kiss, you're putting on the makeup. You're joining Twisted
Yeah,
Sister. You're
well,
putting
they're
on the makeup,
schmucks,
man.
though. No, no, no. I would say just come out as yourself, but just give it all, man. Give it your all. I don't know, at our age, at their age, back when you're 20 years old, it's cool to do all that stuff. But now that you're fully mature, well, no musicians are
Yeah,
mature,
but like I said,
so.
it's part of the shtick. It's kind of what the
But I
fans
don't
come to
know.
see.
I doubt
So
if he will. I think
it'll be
no,
interesting to
no.
see. We'll see.
He should come out dressed as Gene Simmons. That would be cool. But no, I think he just should come out as himself and just
Where he's
kick
got the
ass.
over exaggerated rouge and
Yeah,
it looks like I don't
it's
know,
just horrifying.
it's like a
Just a
drag queen on
horrifying.
acid or something.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they were like a freaky sideshow back in the MTV days, and of course they did that legendary spot in Pee Wee's Big Adventure on the movie lot when they were doing "See no evil, don't you do no evil," or whatever the hell they were singing
Uh,
on the car. Yeah, that was so bizarre. But yeah, good for them. Good for they're musicians. What are they gonna do? So yeah, good. I hope it melds well. I hope it melds well. I hope he fits in and doesn't do any of the bullshit that got him kicked out of obviously his original band. You know, yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's kind of got that reputation of being
Maybe
hard to
he's
work
old
with, I
enough
guess.
now. He's gonna prove himself. No, I'm done with all that BS, and now I'm gonna be the nicest guy you can work with. But we'll see. Maybe this is a
Well, in terms of putting asses in the seats, this is probably his best bet is joining up with
yeah.
Twisted
Well,
Sister.
I think it. Yeah,
Yeah,
because if nothing else, it's just gonna be a spectacle to see. Oh my
right.
gosh, you get to see two in one.
Yeah,
Imagine they do a couple. I would hope they do a couple of his
Skid
songs,
Row tunes or something.
Skid
Yeah,
Row
yeah.
tunes. 18 in life. Yeah, something like that. But we'll see. It's a real opportunity for both bands because I think joining the both of them is going to make them that much bigger. In terms of draw. So hey, it's better than playing clubs. Well, maybe they are playing clubs. I don't know. But good for them anyway. Woohoo! Yeah, yeah. Okay, Doc. Strap in, brother. Oh, geez. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, these jerk offs, these wackadoodles. There it is, a dark, depressing, almost surreal like mausoleum structure. But anyway, yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What a bunch of schmucks. I got the
Well,
leaderboard.
this is kind of on the fans this
Well,
time. I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
obviously
Well,
they put up the nominees, but this one's on the fans
correct,
here.
correct, Docamundo. Listen, man, yeah, the leaderboard came out. I don't know if this is done or if they're still voting or whatever.
Oh no, it'll go on for a while, but
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much though, from what I've seen in years past, I
God.
always like to get a look at the first week or so, and it stays pretty consistent. It doesn't. There's not a
Oh,
lot going to change. So
that's heartbreaking, Dr. Rooney. Let me tell you why,
right,
man. Because at the top of the leaderboard is Phil Collins. Well, okay, I guess legendary,
yeah.
legendary singer, legendary solo
You can't
artist,
deny
legendary.
Phil. I mean,
Just
he's so big. He's gonna, no matter what, he's gonna be on top of that board. I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
so.
and you can't deny him that. I mean, good job for him. But number two, new edition. What's wrong with you people in America? What's wrong with you people? What the hell is wrong?
Hey, remember last week that was the one that I was really freaking out about. That they no way should they be on there, and here they are, second in fan. This new edition, not the first edition. That would be Kenny Rogers in the first edition. No, not that.
Yeah.
This
What
is the new edition.
my condition was
Yeah.
in? Yeah, yeah. No, new edition number
Which,
two.
by the way, you ever check out the lyrics to "Ruby, Don't Take Your Good Love to Town"? It's
No
pretty,
boy.
pretty disturbing. Yeah, check it out. But anyway, uh,
I don't. Yeah, as I told you, ever forever. I've never been into the lyrics, only the
yeah,
music.
just check it
But
out sometime.
I'll look that. Oh gosh, almighty, jeez. And then number three, Pink. There you go, boy. That's got to be a pisser. She doesn't deserve it. Not only does she deserve the nomination, yet, and she's up there in the top three in her first year with
You know,
all
she's
these.
highly popular. It's
Oh,
not so surprising. The new edition blows my mind. The next one blows my mind.
Luther Vandross.
Luther
Luther
Vandross, number
Vandross.
4.
What the hell? Where's the rock and roll in this so far? Phil Collins is the closest thing you got, and that's not too close. He's more sappy,
Well, the next
easy
couple.
listening. Oh, then you got In Excess and Billy Idol, basically tied. But what the hell are they doing? What's Billy Idol not doing up by Phil Collins? This is
Right?
such an Iron Maiden. Are you kidding me? Boy, they got yeah. Don't vote for us because we're not going. They're way down there and like what are they like 10th? Jeez. So this
Oh
is
no, they're more than
horrifying.
10th. So they highlight the top 7. I guess theoretically that's who's going to get in. But
Jeez.
as we said, the fan vote means next to nothing, and this is why it should mean next to
You're
nothing.
right. Now
Based on this,
my eyes have been
based on
opened.
this.
I admit when I'm wrong, Doc, and boy was I wrong on this. No wonder why they what is it like 750 members of the voting?
I
Uh,
believe that's what it is. Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
about
think you're right. Yeah,
750, and the
yeah.
fans they count for one vote. And now I understand why, Doc. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So yeah, their
I
top 7, like I said, Phil Collins, New Edition, Pink, Luther Vandross, In Excess, Billy Idol, and Sade.
shut
That's who they got. That would be their induction class according to the fans. And way down, and then next you got Wu-Tang Clan, Mariah Carey,
up.
Lauren Hill.
Oh,
Where's the Rocks at? Oh, there's
oh,
Iron Maiden. But then you got
Iron Man.
Shakira. You got Shakira over Melissa Etheridge, Oasis, Black Crows, Joy Division, and pulling up the rear Jeff Buckley, which does surprise me. A lot of people don't know about him. But it's yeah.
Oh, that's stunning. Iron Maiden? How dare you people? How dare you voters? Yeah. Oasis, yeah. Blah, blah. Black Crows, they should be top five. Black Crows should be top five. Iron
They are
Maiden
the
should be
most rock
top
and roll
three.
band
Yeah,
in the list. I mean,
yeah,
and not to get hung up on that label even, but just on merit alone, it's fans don't know what they're talking
yeah.
about.
Shame, 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 shame. Like I say, thank God it only calls for one vote, but I wonder if the regular vote will end up mirroring this. Have you any insight on previous years? Does
No,
a
no, no, no. They just come out with who they're letting in. There's no, they don't say the inside vote or anything. So yeah.
I'm just saying, when the final tally comes out, does this leaderboard,
Oh no,
jive
no,
with not? Oh, it
no,
doesn't.
no, no, no,
Why, you
no,
people? Yeah,
no, not too
it's just
much.
a funny little
But
thing
still,
to
it's
do,
just
I guess.
it's
For
kind of showing the death of rock, like we've said. I mean,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
voting for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and these people are taking these non-rock artists over rock artists. It's just to me, it's kind of telling. It's the way the culture's going. You know,
man, oh man, oh man. Oh, here and a real quick story. Nancy Wilson of Heart says that Howard Stern should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. These people, they get this dementia
how?
from years. They get this dementia from years of touring and shit.
You know
And
what?
these,
If you want to throw somebody like outside of like like something a comedian or something in the Hall of Fame, you gotta go Cheech and Chong.
number one, top of the
You
list.
gotta go Cheech and Chong, man.
Yeah, yeah. So the Rock and
But
Roll Hall of
yes,
Fame,
yeah.
it's just a mess. It's just a freaking mess. And here's an interest. Oh, I find this really interesting. Here he is, my man. I'm respecting him more and more and more. I don't listen to his music. I just respect him for the kind of dude he is. The awareness he has, and he's come out with a real doozy. He says that he thinks this is from the good people, far out, man. Billy Corgan thinks the CIA dialed down rock music in the '90s, and I wouldn't doubt it's the CIA. Let's talk about evil. they're they're undercover evil, boy. He says he presented a new conspiracy theory on the state of rock music in the '90s. posing the idea that the CIA had a hand in, quote, dialing down the genre, which is really interesting. He says it had been purposely dialed down in the culture. Again, this gets wizard behind the curtain, right? Somebody's going to say, well, how did you know who was the wizard behind the curtain? All I know is I saw the gravity shift. Then he continues, if you were at MTV or around MTV in 1997 or 1998, suddenly they decided rock was out when rock was still very, very high up in the thing. And it was replaced by rap. Their standards and practices immediately shifted. So now that things that weren't allowed were suddenly allowed. And hyperbolically, he added, people were waving guns. Some people assert that the CIA was involved in all that. Again, above my pay grade, but I saw it happen. I did witness it happen. Whoosh.
As far as the waving guns, he's talking about in videos.
In video,
He's talking about
yeah,
they had the standards and
holes
practices
and,
where that wasn't
and
allowed in
guns
videos, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden these rap videos, that's all you
bling
see.
and grills and yeah, all that crap.
Yeah.
But you know, who's to doubt it? They're the CIA. They're like, they brought in the cocaine, from the and they back the Sandinistas and all that shit. Or
Oh yeah, there's all
one of
kinds
them,
shit like
but
that
they're
going
just
on.
evil as shit. Bunch of evil people. Yeah, one
Yeah,
of
he
them.
goes on to say, like earlier in the '90s, he was approached by government agencies to be part of an influence campaign, and he said he ain't going much further than that. He said it's above his pay grade, but yeah, I totally believe it, man. I totally believe it. It's just it's been before. I mean, you look back. To me, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but you kind of look at some of these things. To me, look back at like in the early '60s. They wanted to kill Rock. They wanted to snuff Rock out. What do you do? Well, let's draft Elvis. Elvis goes in the army. Chuck Berry goes to jail. Buddy Holly goes down in a plane crash. Little Richard finds God, and all of a sudden, all you got out there is Fabian and Bobby Vinton and crap like that. Thank God for the
It
Beatles came
didn't
along.
work.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of the way it is. And they've definitely been pushing it as far as the culture. We talk about it nauseum. They're never on award shows, never Super Bowls, anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But we're still the major concert selling genre out there, but it's just not in the culture, man.
Well, he says, pop is completely dominant. Rock is probably the most dominant ticket selling thing in the Western world, and yet there's almost no representation of rock in culture. Which is just what you said. You just explained it in detail there. He concluded, so why do we have this schism? I think they purposely dialed down the ability of rock stars to have a voice in culture. Bam. Wow, that I don't doubt it at all. He's more closer to that situation than I am. So I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt, man.
Remember back during Vietnam, they were looking into deporting John Lennon. Remember, they were going to deport him for being anti-government or whatever. So yeah, the government gets
Oh, come
involved in
on,
stuff
people!
like
All
this.
we need is love.
And
Yeah,
definitely gets
shut up.
into influencing culture and
Oh yeah,
the effects that has on
yeah.
the young people.
Well,
So
and we see it daily now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Rock it's been pushed out, and we just have a few stragglers that are hanging in there. Most notably would be Foo Fighters, I think, in terms of popularity. But boy, things have just gone to hell. I can say that as a geezer. You kids and your doggone ramp and your ecstasy pills and all that shit.
your
Jeez.
MTV and
Your doggone, I have no clue of today's
video
technology.
games.
Do they still buy video game consoles, or is everything on the computer? I don't know squat from any of that, because back in my day, I could go on, but yeah, I still remember when Pong came out, the first video game.
Oh God, yeah, man.
Pong.
I remember playing the hell out of that. Oh, for sure.
Oh, was that crazy? And now you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh! But hey, we started somewhere, and we're still smarter than you generations. So, well, I can say that because I'm a geezer, right? But anyway, Billy Corgan, he's got something going on, but and we're seeing it. And the Super Bowl is the biggest example ever, the biggest American thing. And during the
Yep.
games they play Metallica between sets and all
Right. Right.
kinds of
Soundgarden and
American
stuff. Yeah.
rock and roll and shit. And then comes Super Bowl, let's have some cheesy ass rap thing or something. It just yeah. Yeah, I'd I'd boycott, damn it. Boycott it. That's what I say. Boycott that, boycott the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let's move on, Doc. Live Nation, jeez, these jerks. Everybody, ticket prices. Oh, while we're even talking about this, I saw people complaining heavily about Bruce Springsteen's ticket
Oh
prices
yeah.
on his
Oh yeah.
Freedom or Democracy tour, whatever the
Yeah.
hell you
No
want to call it.
Kings tour or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I love when people say democracy. I want, especially politicians. Oh, we're losing our define democracy. Because I'll show you the definition from an actual dictionary. Because because we're not a we're a
No.
constitutional republic. Moving
They
on.
change the meaning of words all the
Yeah,
time.
but
Yeah.
we're a
Fit their
constitutional
agenda.
republic, folks. We're not a democracy. But anyway, moving on. Live Nation reaches a settlement deal with U.S. Department of Justice for structural changes over antitrust laws. These jerks basically have had a monopoly on everything.
Yeah, we
But
talked that this was going to be looked at, and now we're getting some results from it, and it sounded pretty good.
well, they own Ticketmaster too. So you talk about
Right.
a stranglehold. They own a lot of the venues
Right.
that people. I mean, yeah, that's too much there.
Yep.
But they reached a settlement deal with the DOJ and has agreed. Let me see the blah 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 blah. And of course, it was all about them being an illegal monopoly. And the case was filed in 2024 and alleged that the ticketing giant had used the monopoly to help stifle competition, dominate the ticketing market, gain money from fans via high prices and surcharges. And it claims that Live Nation requires artists to use its concert promotional services if they want to perform at the venue it owns, and that it dominates ticketing services through exclusive, long-running contracts with major concert venues. They had the system,
They got you
figured
coming
out,
and going and in between, man.
well, geez, just about this dynamic pricing thing. That's why. That's what's happening with Springsteen. They've invoked the dynamic pricing. That's why tickets are so insane. So stuff like that just drives me nuts. Like I say, I'm not going to go to too. Geez, this summer at Tinley Park has an insanely stacked schedule.
Yeah.
But hell, a lawn going and sitting in the lawn is going to cost me over $100. Just to
Yeah,
sit in the
shot.
damn
Yeah,
lawn.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
So,
sure.
geez, incredible. But apparently, the lawyer representing Live Nation, oh, I love these lawyers, argued that the company has never made threats, makes minimal profits, and still has to fight for every deal it makes due to the, quote, marketplace being more competitive than it ever has been before.
I don't believe you.
You liar, man. Lawyer, dude. Now, the two have reportedly reached a tentative settlement agreement which will see Live Nation implement changes to its structure and spare it from being split up from Ticketmaster. So they're still letting the two of them stick together. But, I don't know. We'll see.
But they got to give up. They got to sell some of the venues, right?
Yeah.
Or
The
that one of
ticketing
the,
giant will now have to move to an open booking model for the operating amphitheaters that it owns, allowing other promoters to book shows at the venues as well. Well, that's the bare minimum there for sure. They will also have to enforce a 15% cap on service fees for tickets sold at remaining amphitheaters. Let me see.
well, let's see what kind of how they get creative and try to work around that. You know they're
Yeah.
gonna.
Other changes reportedly laid out in the agreement include Ticketmaster opening parts of its platform for other ticketing companies, meaning that third-party sellers like even Eventbrite and SeatGeek can list tickets on Ticketmaster directly, and Live Nation paying millions in damages to the states that joined the DOJ in the lawsuit. The fee is reportedly in the range of $250 million. Yeah, shove it to them jerks. They're just going to raise our ticket prices to pay for
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah.
Jerkwads. But yeah, so 10 out of the 39 states that joined the DOJ's lawsuit have already agreed to the proposed deal. However, the agreement is still pending approval from a judge. But it will not end the lawsuits between the DOJ and Live Nation, as multiple states' attorneys have claimed that they want to continue their respective suits, even if the agreement goes into effect. So they ain't out of the woods yet either. So we'll see what happens, man. Jerks.
Well, it seems, yeah. Now this is the first that we're hearing about it, so it's definitely going this way. So that's good news. So, yeah.
Yeah. So good luck, Live Nation, you jerks. $100 for a lawn seat, and that's not even with a $26 margarita, which is just disgusting as hell. Well, here we go. We got an RIP. Doggone it. That's
A
a
couple of
legend.
them.
That's a legendary photo right there. Boy, oh
Yeah.
boy, Country
Yeah,
Joe
that's like a
McDonald.
time machine right there, man. That just
Right
takes
there,
you
that
back to the
takes me
time
right
and place,
back.
man. Yep.
First time I saw it was in a theater, the movie Woodstock. There's Country Joe McDonald. Give me an F. Give me a. Oh, come on, oh, you big strong man. Uncle Sam needs your help again. He got himself in a terrible jam. Way down yonder in Vietnam, so put down your books and pick up a gun. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. No, I ain't got time to wonder why. Whippy, we're all gonna die. That's what he did
There you go. Very good, man.
Woodstock. After, of
Yeah.
course, he said, "Give me an F, give me a U, give me C." What's that spell? Oof.
So we're
What's
all
that
gonna
spell?
die
Oof.
rag. Yeah.
But boy, yeah. Oh, one of those guys. Yeah, he was the original, one of the original anti-Vietnam dudes. And
Right.
they hold a special place because they knew it was all bullshit, that war. So yeah, he passed away at 84. The Woodstock folks are falling by the wayside. But he had Parkinson's disease, so but man, he will forever be known. Yeah, he'll that
Oh
yeah
yeah. Yeah.
that's such a cool part of the Woodstock concert, which everybody should see. Everybody
I
should
wonder if
see.
like in social settings you had to call him Country Joe. Hey Country Joe. Hey, I wonder
I
if
would have,
that's
even
what
if
it was
I
about.
didn't have to.
Yeah, right.
Hey there, Country Joe. And I put the accent in it. Well, there he is. There's old Country Joe. What's going on, man? Yeah, get your pull. Let's go down to the creek. Not creek, creek. Let's go down to the creek and nab a few. Uh, they're cool though. Yeah, very. San Francisco scene, of course. That was a very in the late '60s. San Francisco was where it's at in terms of the anti-war scene and all that. And he was part of that whole deal. So
All right.
good for him, though, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. After all these years, I'll never forget that song.
Right.
It's so cool. But yeah, R.I.P. Country Joe, man. Freaking legend, legend. And oh boy, here's problem. Where is he? There he is. There's Jello. Jello
Oh, you know
Biafra.
what? Before we go on
Oh,
from the
oh, right,
RIPs, we had another one.
right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh Almighty, where is he? Where? Yeah, doggone it.
You
This
won't
is
know his name, but
well. Now we all know the band Boston. Legendary. Why? They should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of. Are they? They're not in yet, right?
no,
No,
have
they
not
should
even
be
been
in just for
nominated,
just
man.
yeah, just for that initial
Debut
album,
album. Yeah,
debut album. They
absolutely.
should be in immediately. I mean,
Yep.
that hit like a meteor
Yeah, haven't
on the
even been
music world.
nominated. Too busy getting a new edition in there and
Oh,
freaking,
thankfully, yeah. Come
whatever.
on, Sade. Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, their original singer Brad Delp died many years ago, and I'll be in 2007, as a matter of fact. And I'll be doggone the singer that took his place for like 10 years when they were out uh, 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 jamming. Tommy DiCarlo, he passed away on the same day that Brad Delp passed away.
Wow, and that's something.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Tom Schultz, he made a statement. He says, let me see, bum, 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 bum. This morning, Tommy lost his fight with cancer. Everyone who had heard Tommy sing on stage or on Boston albums knows what a gifted artist he was, but few know how hard he worked to fill the role of Boston's lead vocalist and to turn himself into a top-tier live performer. But more importantly, what a dedicated father he was to his children. Oh, see, that hurt. That hits hard right there. Boom. Tommy was a competitive athlete and yet a gentle soul who his son and many others remember as a sweet man who did not deserve to be cut down at such a young age, he continues. It's not surprising that one of his favorite Boston songs to sing was To Be a Man. So, yeah, there you go, man.
Well, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, man. Talk about some big shoes to fill, man. To come in
Oh,
there and take over for Brad Delp. Why he is not put in I don't know, that pantheon of great vocalists like
well
Freddie
done.
Mercury or Robert Plant. I don't know. It's beyond me because he certainly is. I mean, he's
Yeah.
dude. I mean, just listen to More Than a Feeling, man. He
Jeez.
hits notes that only dogs are hearing, man. I swear to God, man.
Uh,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he offed himself, right? He took his own life, right? I
Brad
believe.
Delp? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did. Yeah, yeah. Took his own life.
God damn, man. What is
DiCarlo died
what a loss.
March 9th at 60 years old. Jeez. 10 years younger than me. 6 months after receiving a brain cancer diagnosis. Gee, me
Oh,
creepers.
jeez.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
haven't heard the guy myself, but I mean, if he's taking over for Brad, I can only imagine he's
Yeah.
got some chops.
Yeah. Toured with Boston for more than a decade after taking over the vocals from from Delp. Yeah, died of suicide. Yeah, doggone it. Wow. While working at a North Carolina Home Depot as a credit manager, he started recording covers and posting them on his daughter's MySpace
There you
page,
go.
according to his Spotify artist profile. But it was after writing a song in tribute to Delp, whom he credited as his musical inspiration, that he finally got on the band's radar. With his daughter's encouragement, he posted the track on MySpace and sent the link to the band, along with an offer to perform it at their upcoming tribute show. That's pretty cool, man.
Wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
Wow, how about that? That's trick. That's trick, man. Yeah, yeah. And let me see. Schultz heard DeCarlo's cover of "Don't Look Back." Oh, outstanding! Weeks later, and was shocked by the singer's talent and resemblance to Delp's voice. He said, "My wife was at her computer playing our tunes, and I asked her whether it was us playing live." She said, ahead of DeCarlo's first tour. She said, "It's some guy in North Carolina singing your songs." I said, "I know Brad's voice, and that's Brad." She turned it up, and only when I heard the backing track did I know it wasn't us. Wow. Holy cow. DeCarlo performed Smokin' and Party at the tribute concert, which took place at what was then known as the Bank of America Pavilion, and the rest is history. Boy, oh
Wow.
boy. Wow. How that, well, that's just like the guy from Journey,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Ching Lo, or
Arnell.
whatever
Yeah,
his name was. He was
Arnell
just,
Pineda.
yeah, yeah. So, hey, you never know. Freaking A, man. But yeah, good for well, there you go, man. Everybody's you know our generation is slowly going away. There's Jello right there, of course. Jello Biafra.
Always room for Jello.
Bob, Doc, Jello is delightful. I'm making a box of Jello tomorrow. I've decided, yeah, yeah, because I love Jello, and they've got like Starburst has their own Jello now. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna make some Starburst Jello. It's gonna be delightful. You'll see. But anyway, Jello Biafra, what a name, she pushes out the baby. What do you want to name him, honey? Let's name him Jello.
No, that's not even
Okay.
close to his real name.
I know.
Uh,
I know. I'm just kidding, but nonetheless, yeah. He was in touring, I guess, and stuff, or he was planning on doing, but regardless, he suffered a stroke. Crying out loud. Yeah, he'd been hospitalized with a stroke. And the former Dead Kennedys frontman turned solo artist has canceled all of his previously announced tour dates, obviously. Yeah, yeah. And he said he had a hemorrhagic stroke caused by high blood pressure. Gotta keep that, See, yeah, my blood pressure is so low. Sometimes they ask, the doctor will ask me, "Are you fainting at all?" That's how low my blood pressure is. No, I'm not fainting. Don't worry about it. So yeah, so Jello explained, the Jello man himself explained, I hopped out of my bed because I needed to pee. Know how that is, yeah. And my left leg just collapsed under me and I fell to the floor. I
Do
couldn't
you like
even break
shake around? You're like Jello. Do you like?
I couldn't even break the fall with my left arm because it wasn't working either. Yow. I tried to hop back up again and I couldn't. I realized I had, quote, fallen and I can't get up. Oh, little humor there.
You know,
Good
I
job.
shouldn't make fun of a guy having a stroke. Someday, if I have a stroke, I'll be laughing out the other side of my face.
Oh, wow. But anyway, he couldn't hop back up. And it was at this point he thought, oh shit, I'm having a stroke. He added, I still have a lot of great stuff in me, but right now I got a lot of rehabbing to do. So Jello, he's doing what he can, but you're gonna have to take some time off.
Oh, you know, his the band that after the dead Kennedys he had was the Guantanamo Bay School of Medicine. Yeah, Jello Biafra and the Guantanamo Bay School of Medicine. Yeah.
That's a great band name. Jeez. Well, I wish him well. You don't want to see anybody getting sick or whatever, regardless of whatever. But hang in there, man, and get your blood pressure down. I don't know which one of my drugs I'm taking to keep the pressure down, but I'm taking like three or four. I don't know, but well, I know one of them specifically to keep that pressure way low.
Oh yeah.
That's important because but yeah. So hey, hang in there, Jello. Hey, Jello, ain't a minute new, gonna make you sweat. Billy Idol. Oh my gosh, the feel good story of the night, the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's so exciting to talk about. Such a legend. Actually, we're learning the band's learn. Oh yeah, we did do a show Friday night. It turned out really well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a great
Thank you,
time.
Doc, for your assistance, of course.
Yeah.
You know, uh, uh, you'll send the paycheck on a Amazon drone. You're gonna start using them drones a lot, man. This is problematic for sure. But anyway, back to Billy Idol. Yeah, we're learning Blue Highway from him. But he talks about his past. He was talking on the Bill Maher, Bill Maher's Club Random podcast,
Yeah.
and he's talking about the 70-year-old rocker recounted near-death experiences, including a
Oh,
1980.
time out. Back up. What'd you say?
Back up.
70-year-old? You say 70-year-old?
It says here in MSN, the 70-year-old rocker recounted
Wow.
near-death.
That's
What
that
am I
that
shocked?
surprises me.
What?
I
Why
didn't
does it
think he
shock
was
you?
70 years old. I didn't think Billy Idol was 70 years old.
Oh, I thought he was a little older than me.
Oh no.
I'm 69. I'll be 70 in 2 months. I thought he was
Yeah,
older, a year or two older than me.
apparently he
Oh,
is.
he's 1 year older than me anyway.
Wow, man.
Oh,
Damn, we're
I'm
all
I'm
getting old,
hurt,
man.
Doc. Gosh, I don't-
I'm equally as surprised of your age too, Murph. There you go, man.
Aw, that's very kind of you, brother. But anyway, yeah. So here we go. The 70-year-old rocker recounted a near death experiences, including a 1984 overdose that left him turning blue before friends revived him. He was on the Blue Highway, man. Yeah, his candid admission comes as his new documentary, Billy Idol Should Be Dead, explores his decades-long battle with substance abuse and his current California sober lifestyle. What is California sober?
Nothing but weed,
I bet
man.
that's nothing but
Just
weed.
smoke weed. Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
smoke weed,
Okay.
man.
Hang on. Better. Okay. Well, good for him. But on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast, Billy Idol admitted that in the 1980s he replaced heroin with what? What did he replace heroin with? Let me see it. There it is.
Oh
Crack
no,
cocaine.
no.
Crack cocaine to break his addiction. Okay, we're gonna turn back to Billy Idol. We don't need to see that, but he started smoking crack to break his heroin addiction. That's a feel good story right there. They says
Yeah, I
I
saw the
don't.
video of that. He's just, just like that's the way you do it, man. You got
Yeah,
quick
he
heroin,
says
just
I
start
don't
start crack.
describe
Yeah.
the heroin withdrawal as feeling like quote your skeleton is trying to get out of your body unquote, and said that the crack use worked in getting him clean from heroin, though he acknowledged it was unsafe. What? What do you mean unsafe? What? Pfft, come on, give me a break. It's the heroin that's unsafe. But the revelation adds a shocking layer to his public narrative, aligning with other rock era accounts of trading one dangerous habit for another as a survival tactic. So, Billy, wow.
Of course, then they go on to say how he did crystal meth to get off the crack, and then he started doing ecstasy to get off the crystal meth, and then he just kind of whittled his way down
We
to
was
just
down to weed. Well, there you
down to
go.
weed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, good
So,
for him. California rehab or whatever. What's that called? What was that called?
California sober, yeah.
California sober. That's okay. You get off of that hard stuff. Jeez. Eesh, eesh, eesh. Yeah, that's pretty wild though. Smoking crack to get off of heroin. Gee, many creepers. And yeah, then they just lessen, like you just pointed out. Just lessen each drug until you're just at weed, and at that point, it's cool. Wow, I'm cool. I'm clean. I'm good. Yeah. So good for him, Billy Idol, man. Oh, let's go back to my tornado. There it is. Yeah. Woohoo. That's like a super duper tornado. Hopefully, it doesn't come over my house. Because I
Perhaps a
got
Sharknado.
oh God, are those a goofy? That's like that is such a yeah. They come on every now and then on the tube,
Yeah.
and I'll watch them on the video
I've
scope.
never watched one. I'm aware of them, but I've never
Oh
watched one.
yeah, oh they're so bizarre.
Yeah.
It just well Tara Reid, of course. Yeah, yeah, she's very cool, but and of course various B actors will show up for various
Oh,
scenes, and
sure. Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, it's really bizarre. But we'll see about tonight. Right now the sun's out, so and this was supposed to start at like 3 o'clock or something. So Lord is on our
Well,
side,
it was supposed
brother.
to be 75 today too, and it ended up being barely 50. So so much for
That'll
weather, man.
probably keep from the severe storm action because the temperatures won't be as extreme. So we'll, if we survive, folks, we'll be back next week. Oh, we'll survive. Of course we do. I got a crawl space, and I just got to make sure puppy dog will come down in there, and we'll ride the storm. We'll be riding the storm out, Doc. And I never thought I'd say them words again because I really despise that song. I played it so much in my life, and I just had enough of it. So, in any case, thanks, folks, for stopping by. And we're going to ride the storm out tonight. And I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing you next week. Unless we've been totally wiped off the face of the earth.
Lord willing, and the creek don't
In
rise.
that case, we'll see you someday up there. But take us home, Doc.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks everybody again for stopping by. Always greatly appreciated, and just see what's going on. And yeah, we had to comment on the Hall of Fame vote. That's the first time we've gotten in the 4 years of the show now. It's the first time we've commented on the voting, but and it just ties into what Billy Corgan was talking about, the kind of the death of rock, man. It's just I
Yep.
don't know.
Yepers,
But
man.
yeah, we'll see what happens next week as we always do. So if you can, tell a friend, stop by and have a little party, a little viewing party would be awesome there. Till then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.